Hello everyone. Today I'm doing a review of Worker Placement. This will be coming out on Kickstarter here in November, and I received this prototype version of the game, and so let's go ahead and take a look. It's, as the name suggests, a worker placement game, and it will be for, it sounds like, 1 to 5 players, with a planned expansion in the future to play up to 8 players. And the game itself will have a rule booklet, which I do have to say, that again, all of these components are just prototype version. We got the rule booklet there, a player mat here, some cards, some wooden cubes, and some little tokens that I've taken from some other games. I'm using here the Carcassonne, traders and builders pieces, the builders, and the pigs over there I have on the money track. So there's just kind of some of the layout of the game. But let's first just kind of look at the rule booklet. It kind of has starts out with the object of the game components, the idea and concept for the final game. They're going to have meeples for the employees, I believe similar to what's used in Carcassonne and some other games. Cash tokens for the cash track, a thumbs token for the thumbs track, and an hourglass token to keep track of the rounds. And I'm sure that we'll get some progression there with the Kickstarter. So the rule booklet is really well done as far as having good picture diagrams of how to play the game, good flow, gives you the object of the game, preparing to play, setting up, and then it goes into a little more detail on fulfilling actions and the other areas of worker placement and what the benefit of each of those are. And the back, one thing that I do like on my rule books is kind of a summary of how to play the game, so that for the first few times after I've read the rules, a quick reference back to this will allow us to keep the game going and not have to refer back flipping through the pages of the rule booklet to play. So I think that's a very smart layout for the rules. Kind of have a 2-player game set up here. So the starting of the setup, that's one thing nice about this game, is that it looks like the setup will be very quick, won't really take a lot of time. You have the deck of cards here, the business cards, which will be the majority of what you're dealing with. There's 62 cards currently, and they're split up into 3 different kinds of cards. You have management cards, which you will be able to play from your hand for kind of a one-time benefit. So, each opponent discards any one skill card. For each opponent that cannot or does not, you gain 2 money. That one you get just 3 money, 5 money. Exchange 1 or 2 skill cards in your hand with the same number of skill cards of your choice from the discard pile. So then you got some skill cards here. You got some technical skill, life skill, wilds, that's labor, and things like that. There's clerical. So you have different skill sets, cards, and then you're going to have workers. And they got some really kind of fun concepts here. The prototype version doesn't have artwork for all the guys or names, but they do already have all the skills kind of set out, and so they have the balance and everything all worked out. But I believe they'll probably have some fun things going with the Kickstarter project You may be able to help name some of these and things like that. So the artwork on the cards is good, kind of cartoonish, kind of a good funny element to the game in the character names as well as the job descriptions, which I'll show you a few of those as well. So anyway, you shuffle up the decks here. Those two, each player will start with 4 cards. And player order, you have, let's see, the thumbs track is kind of how you determine the player order. Beginning of the game, each person starts with 2 money and 2 thumbs up. And you have these other cards that you'll have for the number of players that you're playing with. So in a 2-player game, you have +1 and a +2. You shuffle those up, and each player will get 1. And at the beginning of the game, obviously, whoever draws the 1 will be going second, and 2 will be going first. So you take the 2 plus the number of thumbs up you have. Whoever has the highest number will go first. So each person has 3 meeples, and that person who would go first would put their little meeple on the 1 to help signify that, the other person next to it on the number 2. So, and then from there, your first action is you're going to draw 3 of these business cards for each person, and you're going to go ahead and take a look at them. And what you want to do is you're going to want to pick 1 to save into your hand. And let's say, well, you know, I need more workers in my hand, so I'm going to take that one. And then I don't really want to give my opponent. You're going to give your opponent 1 card in a 2-player game. More than 1 player, you're going to pass a card to the left. And, you know, the wild's a better card, so I'm just going to give them that skill card over there. And they'll add that to their hand, and I'll receive a card from them. And the card that I didn't choose will go over here in the peer networking group. So I'll put it face down, the other player will play a card, and in a 2-player game, you're going to take 1 off the top. In more than that, you're going to shuffle and randomly choose 3. You'll lay all those cards out. Kind of a boring flip there, but who knows what we need here. So that's the setup there, and after that, what you're going to do is you're going to auction these off. And so the auctioning system here was a little confusing to me at first, but it made sense after I finally started playing the game. On paper, you know, it took me a minute, but it really is pretty intuitive. So you have this bidding track from 1 to 5 with various numbers there. And the first player will be able to go first and place a meeple anywhere on the scoring track. And it's your bidding, and you can't obviously place more on the first round than you actually have. So there's no way I could put it on 3 because I only have 2 money currently to spend. So I may place it there. And what you want to do is you want to place your meeple as far to the right as possible, because that determines, so the other person has the choice of placing a meeple as well or passing. And player order goes from highest to lowest, so the person with the highest bid gets to choose a card first for whatever they place whatever their meeple's on. And you'll go until all 3 cards are gone. One person may not, you know, all the cards may be taken at some point in a larger scale game, and this person who bid 1, there's no cards, so they just get their meeple back. They don't spend 1 or anything, they don't lose it, but they don't get any cards from that auction round. Then you're going to go ahead and place cards here, and actually, you know what, the second step after determining player orders to reveal new jobs. So let's go ahead and do that, and I apologize. But the jobs, you will play with at least 4 placed up here along the top of the board. And then if you have 5 players, you'll be playing with 5 jobs out there. And let's go ahead and take a look at these. So you have the corresponding workers that we looked at. They have a certain number of skill set. And then you have skill cards. And we have skill cubes that you'll get from placing workers around on the different places. So what you're trying to do is fulfill these jobs, and you would place your meeple up here in the fill a job at the job center. And you have to meet all of the skills, and then you would get 7 money for this one and 2 thumbs up as you go along in the game. And like I said, there's some really pretty comical job descriptions and job titles in here. We have a cleric, bathroom attendant, let's see what else we have here, a train stuffer. You know, the ensures subway riders are professionally managed to fit into rail cabins efficiently and with minimal discomfort during high cartage periods, prods and rams provided. So, you know, and this one only requires, 2 black cubes and 1 of the green cubes. You get 4 money, but you don't get any thumbs up. There's another dog food tester. So there's even a board game designer in here. So the titles of the jobs are pretty great. So, and especially, in this economy, everyone's worried about their job, and it's kind of nice to, I think, in this theme, kind of make fun of some jobs a little bit and make light of it a little bit. So as you see here on a worker placement, you also flip over the top card so that you can see what your goals are. So this will not be available to you this round, but in the worker placement, I can start preparing and say, okay, there's a lot of red out here now, but I'm going to need 2 greens eventually for this one, so I may want to start collecting those. So each person has 3 meeples, and you will place those last. So you go ahead and you look at the different options here. You have a casino, which allows you to discard cards from your hand and draw that same number back, which is fitting for a casino. You're kind of shooting the tables, hoping to get some better cards. The call center, I just really think they're kind of aligned really well with what they chose to name them after. So you have the call center, you get 2 money, but you lose a reputation or thumbs up. And so, I have experience working at a call center before, as I believe probably many others have once tried it out. And it was an interesting experience, so to say the least. The health spa here, you get 2 thumbs up. You then have the different kind of skill set cubes that you can get. You have the rec center, which allows you to get as they refer to as life skill. The city college allows you to get clerical skill. The trade school up at the top, yellow, is the labor skills, and the black, the hackers club over there, gives you technical skill. We also have here the life coach, which allows you to change any skill cube that you have into any other skill cubes. The other things underneath the cubes there that you'll see, -1 money per meeple there. So that's where player order comes into play. In a 2-player game, not quite as much as in, if you had more players, but it still, would maybe divert you if a meeple was already there. Say, I really don't want to pay an extra money right now. I'm going to, do something else. And there are a lot of options, so you aren't really stuck if, people are there. And you can put multiple meeples in different locations. You just have to pay the fee there. To fulfill a job, you'll notice you don't have to pay anything to go there or the casino. Up here, the other thing that you can do, career consultant, you can play those management cards. And so game progresses as you know. Once all the meeples are out, those get placed out on the board. Everyone gets their meeples returned to them, and throughout that, you would have gained maybe some cubes, played some cards, and gained some money on the track. And really, the money is where you are keeping track of your points too, because whoever has the most money at the end of the game wins. The game ends. You actually have a different track here. I like the different kind of lengths that they've allowed you in the game. So you can play a short game of 5 rounds, or you can play a standard game of 8, or you can play 12 rounds if you just can't get enough of the job fulfilling. I really do like the concept. I like the kind of comical jobs that they have, as well as the kind of workers and their descriptions. And really, it is a nice, light worker placement game. There's a lot of strategy that can go into it as well, but really, you're just collecting the different skills to fulfill these jobs. But there's different routes to go. You can also, go to the call center and you get 2 money every time that you place a person there. Now you can't, do that too long, or else you get down to 0 and you can't do that anymore. Maybe you'll have to go to the health spa and get some thumbs up. So there's some different ways that you can do different balances. I really think that this will be a very nice game. If you think that you'll enjoy this, go ahead and check it out on Kickstarter. And hope you enjoyed this review. And go ahead and check it out. Worker placement.